Hi everyone, so today I have a new collection to share with you that Spellbinders has launched today. Actually, if you're a current club member, you would have had early access, but this is the, March 10th launch of these new collections. So I'll be working with this one today. It is this beautiful set by Yana Smakula. So we have Yana's Tulips, and just lovely. There's a one at all bundle. I have what's geared more towards this layered tulips and daffodils, or tulips and daffodils, to share with you today. But there are several new collections coming out today. So I will say that Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and all opinions are my own. And the links I'll have down in the description box for the US and the UK will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So I super appreciate if you would like, to use those. It helps keep the channel going here. And so what I normally do is I link everything, like, all new releases for March of 2026, and then specifically to this collection. Like I said, there are a la carte pieces, but there is a one at all bundle that has like some sceneries that are kind of like Dutch, really cute, like windmills and things like that. Like a little bucolic view, I don't know. Very cute. So I will be focusing on this guy. So I do have the press and foil plate, as they call them now. It's beautiful. As you can see, the tulip in the background. I want to say these are like daffodils, right? I mean, that's, well, yeah, it says daffodils. Hello. Lovely piece here. I will give you a measurement on that. So again, you can glimmer these or foil them, and you can also put them in the better press. So it is about 5.5 inches in the height. And it's going to be hard for me to measure the width, but I would say just about 4 inches, maybe a little shy of that from here to this guy. Really beautiful view there of that, the way she designed that. Oh, and here you go. Well, here's some images. Again, I get samples, so yours won't look like this. This will, right? It's nicely packaged and everything. It has little inspo. If it needs instruction, I'll have that kind of thing. But let's take a look at the stencils. Sorry. Slipping out of my hand there. Oh, there are a lot of stencils on here. Okay, so as you're looking at it, actually it would be this way, right? It'd be reversed. But anyway, some of the flowers, because when you press it, it will be this way, the way the stencil is facing, like the correct way. But if I'm showing it to you this way, it's going to be backwards. So some of the flower, a little more of the petals, and again, it's probably geared towards this. The way it's cut, A2, but you can definitely put this on a 5x7 or whatever size you like. More of the florals there, it looks like, of the petals and things. And then some greeneries now taking priority here on this one. And then the last bits of greenery on this one. So I think it'll be a really easy workup as far as adding the color. And then there's a sentiment set. And again, this is script and just a bold font there. So if you want to pause it and make out what it might say there, but it says it was taking me too long to read that. So it says, your happiness makes the world blossom. I think that's what it says. Missing you dearly is what it looks like. Again, it's really hard backwards, and some of them are upside down and backwards. Let's see, sending a bouquet of hugs. Okay, and there's a couple more on there that are gonna be a little difficult for me to read, but we will try some of these out, or one of them out today, and maybe I'll try out one of the ones I didn't quite read for you yet. So you do have the sentiments. Again, this is press and foil, so you want to foil them, you can put them in the better press, and then you have the dies to cut out the sentiments if that's how you want to work with them. And so what I'm going to do is just grab some paper and we'll jump right to it. Okay guys, so I'll probably use the better press today. So what I'm going to do is just cut this piece to a matte layer, well, the top of 5.5 by 4.25. I'll probably trim it down. You can use a die to trim it down, however you want to do that. But for now, I'm going to start off with it being a full A2 size topper, so 4.25 by 5.5. And then I'll get a card base. I have not grabbed that. I think I'll probably do a black card base. Now that's different for spring and things, but I like black card bases. I like the way it sets things off. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab this guy. I probably should have already had it out. And I am going to use this on the very edges. And remember, whenever you're doing this and you put it face down, whatever, if you're using a certain paper that you really want to use one side of it, make sure that side is facing down, so it's what's going to touch the plate. Oh my goodness. I was like, what am I doing here? Trying to get that off my finger. There we go. Okay, and then this guy, I'm just going to center it, but like I said, I am going to trim down my paper, so I'm not really looking, I'll center as much as I would like, but we're gonna trim some of this off. So if I'm a little bit off, I can, you know, make up the difference when I go to trim it. I like the way it is just like more over here to the right, you know, the way it looks. I guess you can put it right in the center, but if you put this right in the center, it's gonna be way over this way. So I just like the way that was designed. I need to re-ink this, I believe, because I can see a lot of blue coming through the black. And that's because it's just not on there thick enough, but let me really, really ink this guy up. So I'm gonna take care of that. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna run this through my Platinum 6 and I'll be right back. All right. That's lovely. And you see it's towards the top. I missed a little bit at the bottom, but that's why I was saying I'm just gonna trim it up however I need to after I run it through. I will say, and I hardly ever mention this, under this, they call it the chase, I can't remember, or platen, I do keep all the pieces it came with, right? The machine came with however many of these thinner shims, and I just keep them all there. So that's the amount of pressure I always have on here. And I'm gonna clean this up again. I'm using a little archival ink cleaner. You can use a little bit of alcohol. You generally, you know, unless you're using a water-based ink, which we usually don't do, right? You're using like a hybrid that really sticks, or a pigment ink like the Better Press ink. It's not gonna just wash off. So I did use that. I'm gonna wipe that down and I'll be right back. Okay. And maybe while this is out, I do my sentiment. I was thinking, debating if I should use white paper. Maybe we do white paper, but then we use like a pretty, like a different color of ink for this. So we have wishing you a birthday that blooms beautifully as a tulip in spring. Okay, let's see. We're gonna use that one. And I'm just gonna grab some white paper. Generally I use a scrap of paper, but this will be fine. Maybe I'll move it up a little bit so I don't. A little higher. And let me choose something pink or something. I'll be right back. Taffy. It's a little brighter pink than I was going for, but it might do the job. I wanted like a springy kind of light pink, but I think this will work. This will do it. I'm just gonna run it backwards since it's already out towards the front. And we're good to go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have a card base here. Black card base, A2, so 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4.25. We'll use this later, but well, right now. We'll matte layer it later. And then we have our sentiment ready to go. So I just grabbed some different yellows and pinks. Let me go ahead and put a little matte down just in case I go off the edges. And so this first one, we have these centers, and then what you can do is look at the packaging and see like maybe that should be the orange or should be yellow or however. So yeah, it's gonna be one of the deeper colors. So I'm gonna go in there, a little bit deeper orange. And I'm just holding it, but you can definitely tape this down. You do have registration lines that would help you if you had it centered exactly where it should be. So there we go. And I always do my things a little bit light, but I feel like these are probably going to be a little darker, right? Maybe down at the base, a little bit darker than the... So I'm just going over like the area that's going down into the center of the flower there. Okay. And I'm gonna wipe this down. I only grab this one, and I start with a darker color. Generally, when you're doing stenciling, it goes light to dark. This is number 2. And this one has some of the little petals in the back, but it also has your tulips. Oh, there's 2 tulips. I only saw this one here, so we have a couple tulips there. So let me get a little bit closer. And maybe now we go light to dark as far as this more yellow part. It looks like they're going from dark to light because they just did this. The next one is this one here. which in there, you know, and even here dark. So they're doing a little different. Okay, let me skip over that one. Let's go to the next darkest yellow that I want to use. So yeah, they're definitely going dark to light, but again, you can switch up. You know, this is number 2, but you can switch the order of using your inks, of course. I'm gonna be a little more careful, a little bit more there when I get up here, because I don't want those to be yellow. They're pink, and get a little bit more for the very center, so it's a little deeper in the very centers, like down in here. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit, put some of these yellows away, and we'll focus on the pink. Again, they're going with the darker to the lighter, so I'm going to go in with this color. So pretty. And again, I'm focusing more down towards the stem area. Okay. And that is 2. I'm going to use this again, so I'm going to try to wipe off as much as I can. 3 has more flower, and then 4 and 5 are the greenery. So here we go. And again, they went to a lighter yellow. All right. Again, just a little more in the very center. And a little more down the centers. Okay, that's the yellow. And let's get our, again, lighter pink. But you can do whatever you want with your flowers. Obviously, they don't have to go in the same order as far as dark to light. The petals can be however you want. So a little more here. And just a little. And I'm doing a softer hand because I didn't switch out this guy. So it's possible that the color is still quite pink. All right. How pretty that is already. Okay. So let's do our greenery. Okay. I love sets that work up so quick. I mean, that is really fast. I did get a little bit of the pinkish here, so it was a little bit orangey, like here. Still looks lovely. Number 4. And here again, you can copy what they're doing. I'm going to go light to dark because that's normally what I would do, and it looks like that's also what they did. So I'm just lining this up. And again, I'm just holding it. So, and the reason I'm saying that's what they did is like this one here. See, it's a lighter green, and then this one's not on that stencil. So obviously that's a darker. But again, that's typically what you do is light to dark. So here we go. Really get in there. They have some really fine areas on this one, which is lovely. But you want to make sure you're really getting your dauber or your brush in there. I'm going down like this because there's this little pokey one right here that I don't want to flick in the wrong way. So there's that one. And our last number 5 here. So pretty. And I'll just go with a darker green. Lovely. I'm still debating if I want to cut this down with a die that has like a matte layer, or if I'm just going to trim it down. Just beautiful. And so fast. Let me clean up. I'll be right back. I think I'm just going to trim it down, and then I'll run this one through with the die. So since the top is already pretty close to the edge there, I'm just going to do the 5 3/8 in this direction. Chop it off the bottom there. Okay, and I'll take a little bit off of each side to be 4 1/8. And then this guy, I'll just take the die. The Spellbinders always does a really good job of making it so you can see really well where you're going to be cutting. So I'm just going to, yeah, see my letters there. Looks lovely. That looks really good. And so I would just put some tape in a couple areas towards the outside because you don't want it to pull off your ink. I'll run that through and I come back, we'll just put everything together. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this down. And then I'll see about if this needs to be popped up or how we want to do that. Okay, guys, look how lovely that is with the black edge. I know you can barely see it because of my background, but that looks really nice and crisp. Did put some very low profile dimensionals on this. And I think I want to put this very centered, kind of over here. Make him be in the middle. I don't really want to cover up everything. I suppose it can be kind of in the center. I like the way that looks. That means it needs to go over a little more this way. Of course, I'm eyeballing here, guys. Turn it over and give it a squish from the back. And to finish this off, I have these little clear, like, dewdrop type things in my stash, and I thought that'd be really fun for this. So let's pop some of these guys on. And not too big. I don't want it to be too distracting. So, whoop, okay. I'm trying to get this middle-sized one. Here we go. Should we put them in the flowers? Like there. Just here and there. Okay, I'll put another little set like up here. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and that is my card. So really lovely. I love the way that little dew kind of finishes it off. Beautiful. So again, today they're launching their new March launches, and I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links down in the description box for you guys, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.